Hey everybody, happy Friday, welcome to Hockeybar. We got some stuff to talk about, so let's get right into it, shall we? So our first trade in the news, because there's a couple, is between the Blue Jackets and the Senators. So the Senators are trading Matt Duchene, one of their leading scorers, to the Blue Jackets in exchange for some minor league players in Jonathan Davidson and Vitaly Abramov. So I'm just speculating here, but the Senators are already 31st in the league. So I don't know if trading away their best players is a way of giving up because there's only 2 months less or less than 2 months left in the season, and things are not looking bright for them. So I don't know if they're just trying to get picks, and because they didn't get any draft picks, I don't believe, but I don't know what they're doing exactly. Um, I know the Senators aren't in a good boat, and they're still dealing with Vegas and Winnipeg for trading Matt Stone, which is their other leading scorer. So if that happens, I can pretty much tell you the season's over for them. And assuming that, I mean, this is just an assumption, obviously, but Jack Hughes might be in their future. I don't know. Because if they keep losing like this and they keep making moves like this where they're just clearing house, that's just how it's going to be. So Senators trade Duchene, and that's the end of that. So we'll see how that one goes tonight, and I'll get into that in a minute. So our second part of news is about Connor McDavid. So he's not usually on the spectrum of this. He's always got some type of accolade to talk about, but not today. Um, as you can see in the photo, he actually is kind of under hot water for a hit he did on Nick Leddy of the Islanders in a game last night. So he went to play the puck. That picture's actually a little inaccurate, and Leddy had just did a pass, and McDavid hit him in the head with his shoulder. So that's not exactly friendly to the player, obviously, and it's not a passable offense. So McDavid during the game got a 2-minute penalty for check to the head, as he should. But to add insult to injury, McDavid scored the game-winning goal in overtime. So if you're an Islanders fan, you're probably not happy. I would totally understand why. But McDavid's under hot water. He might be getting a suspension. He's having a hearing today in Toronto, so we'll have to see how that one goes. So our next piece of news is a little unfortunate that we had to see, but it went on for a while. The Blues have lost their game-winning streak. They had 11 games strung together in a row. Jordan Binnington, goaltender, had, I think, 9 wins during that stretch, so very impressive. He's a rookie. He's definitely put them in a favorable position. I think they're second or third in the Central Division now. So what a turnaround, because they were actually worst in the league a month or two ago. So regardless of them losing, it just wasn't their night. They lost 5-2, but it was an away game against a rival in the same division like the Stars. So it can be a little forgiving. It just wasn't their night. And obviously things have to come to an end eventually. So 11 games, that's the best in franchise history. So congrats to the Blues. Unfortunately, just lost it. Now, our last trade is between the Red Wings and the Capitals. So the Red Wings have traded Nick Jensen. I don't know if he's a rookie. I don't believe so. I think he's played like a year or two in the league. He's been playing for the Red Wings on a defensive pair, and he is actually now gone to the Capitals in exchange for Madison Bowey, who's a defenseman for the Capitals. He's been there for a couple years. He's got a ring. He's won the Stanley Cup before. He's got a lot of experience playing on such a great team. So he's probably more conditioned than Jensen in this regard. So the Red Wings are getting a fifth-round pick from the Capitals in 2020. Now the Capitals are getting a pick that is in the second round. However, it used to belong to Buffalo, so we'll have to see how that one goes. So that's how this is working now, and that's how the trade is going to see. So we'll have to see how that one goes. Now our game to watch, as we aforementioned, foreshadowing a little bit, is between the Blue Jackets and the Senators. Okay, so these teams just made the trade. Duchene is now going to be playing for the Blue Jackets. So he doesn't have to really return home. If he's playing tonight, I don't know if he will be, but that'll be interesting if he is, because his first game back in Ottawa is literally the day that he was just in Ottawa. So that's kind of a strange thing. Um, the Blue Jackets are still without Panarin. He's still sick. You heard it was kind of a nasty remark, literally, not just vulgar. Coach Tortorella kind of talked about Panarin, about his flu symptoms. It was funny, but it was a little disgusting. He was very honest with the media. But Panarin's still out. Bobrovsky, I don't know if he'll be in net. They haven't confirmed that. And the Senators obviously are going to be they have Stone um, in their leading center now that Duchene is not there. So we'll have to see how that one goes, and we'll see if the Blue Jackets play Duchene or if the Senators are playing any of the guys that they've received. It'd be kind of interesting because, all you had to do was change locker rooms. It doesn't happen too much. It just so happened to be how opportune that was. I don't know if it was an in-person meeting when the GMs and they traded. I don't know, but that'd be funny if it was, and that's how it worked. Our second game to watch is kind of a rematch, if you will. They faced each other in the Western Conference Finals last season. Golden Knights came on top that time, but Golden Knights haven't been good. I think they're 3-6-1 in their last 10. Fleury's been playing awful. As I mentioned a lot, is that he needs a rest, and the team will give it to him. So hopefully Subban is starting tonight. I know it's not the Jets are not the team you want to be starting your backup against, but it needs to happen soon. If the last game they played against Boston was any indication that Fleury's not his usual self, he is a great goalie, and obviously he probably never wants to and never really does lose a shootout like that. So he needs some rest, and I really wish they give it to him. The Jets are probably just gonna roll in anyway and do their usual work. So we'll have to see how the Jets play, and Vegas. Hopefully the offense puts up more than Fleury will allow if he's playing. I don't really think Fleury should be playing, but we'll have to see. They haven't confirmed goaltenders tonight yet, so it's another thing we're going to have to look out for. So now going on to stats, we have an important accolade to talk about. Nikita Kucherov is the first player this season to hit 100 points. So he got a goal last night, sitting at 100 points. Incredible. He has 70 assists, so that means he has 30 goals this season. So he's leading in assists and points, and he's the first player to hit 100 points this season. Alex Ovechkin also netted a goal last night, and so he's at 43. And then Mark Giordano is still sitting at plus 29, along with a lot of teammates of his, including T.J. Brody and Elias Lindholm. Now moving on to goaltenders. Robin Lehner of the Islanders didn't have the best game. Lost it in overtime, unfortunately. So he's sitting at a 2.14 goals against average currently. Vasilevsky had a good game last night, and so now he is up to a 93.1 save percentage. And as I just talked about, Fleury still looking for that 30th win of the season. If he's playing tonight, he's against a formidable opponent like the Jets, so he's going to have to work hard. Shutout maybe not be in the question, considering the great offense of the Jets, but we'll have to see. So I want to thank you guys again for watching this episode. It means a lot that you stayed till the end. If you're new to this, do make sure you hit the subscribe button. We do these every day, and we love to hear it from you and see your support. So I want to thank you guys again for tuning in. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.